Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of the Everlasting Voice Note. We are back with a second episode. It is everlasting, of course, this series. So there, of course, would be a second episode because everlasting means lasting forever, doesn't it, Bex?
Yeah, well done, you.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
I'm really getting into my inner lecturer vibe today. I was just doing a lecture to Bex beforehand, weren't I?
Yeah, and that's why I'm feeling a bit quiet because I'm a bit, apprehensive to speak.
Apprentice speak. Well, you do. Yeah, you need to raise your hand, press the hand feature,
Oh.
and then. Sorry, someone in the class is muted. Anyway,
you got to press the unmute button.
Yeah, press that one. What this nonsense is doing my head in, that I will say. But we will talk firstly very briefly about the first episode of the Everlasting Voice Note that came out last week, I believe. I hope so. Imagine we just forgot to upload it and we're doing this again. And everyone's like, where is the first episode, Cameron? We never saw it. But we did get some lovely comments and some lovely feedback. Please do leave your comments on if you listen to it on Spotify, you can always message us. Our social media's in the description. I don't think I actually said that in the first episode at all.
Oh, well, thanks.
Well, no, this is. I've just punched you. Punched the mic. This is what I was going to say to you. Look, at the end of the day, that's your job. You are the one that needs to be coming here and telling me, look, Cameron, you get a bit carried away here. Social media promote them.
I shouldn't have to keep you in check. I'm not your mother, okay?
Damn good job. That I will say. Between you and me, people at home. Isn't that a ridiculous statement? People at home.
Folks at home.
How are you doing? Hello, folks. That's how we should start it. Hello, folks. I love the word folks. It's
good morning, folks.
Good morning, folks. Yeah, that was brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, we didn't actually say about social medias, but you can always message us on there to give us your feedback, your thoughts, your suggestions. Obviously, there's a YouTube comment section. Can you think of anywhere else, Bex?
No.
I mean, you can put it on. I guess they could put it on Reddit if they wanted. I mean, we don't have a Reddit, but
I don't know what goes on down there. But all I know is it's some weird stuff goes on Reddit. I think
it's not the dark web.
No, it almost is, Cameron. I don't think you understand. Some of the things my housemates show me, I think, oh my God.
I think you're turning into a boomer more and more by the day.
I think I am. I don't even know what a Reddit is. I wouldn't even know where to start with it, to be quite frank.
Well, you're terrible with technology.
Yep.
Boomer level. Mm-hmm. You're terrible with this sort of thing, communications, right? The younger generation, you can't connect.
Yeah.
What else makes you a boomer? I mean, what was the one we just said that brought the whole example up?
I didn't know what a Reddit was. I'm still not sure.
Yeah, you're a typical person who thinks Reddit is effectively a dark web. And obviously you hold ridiculously far right and racist, sexist, homophobic views. So with all that considered,
yep,
Bex the Boomer is what we should be calling. I don't think it should be Bex Barton. Bex Boomer.
Bex Boomer. Actually, that's my name in one of my housemates' Snapchats. That is my name. Bex Boomer Barton. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Credit to him, because that's no less than you deserve. That I will say. And as this series progresses, guys, I think you will find out more and more about the real Bex, the true colours in the. I'll see your true colours.
Oh, Christ.
I should have had 2 cigarettes last night. Ooh, dearie.
That was terrible.
Music career's in a bin before it even started. A very long intro, this. I've realised I'm still doing the intro. Bex, is there anything you want to say? Did you get any feedback? Anything you want to reference?
I did have a couple of comments, which was really nice. Something that someone said particularly stuck out to me, actually, Cameron. And they did say that they felt. Will you let me finish? You're so rude, okay? You've got no regard for anyone but yourself. Can you just let me talk for 5 minutes?
I'll mute myself.
Okay? Oh my God, he has muted himself. No, what I did find someone said was that they felt like they were in the room with us, which is nice because, it's nice to. We want to have a conversation with you. We're telling you about our voice note experiences, and we want you to be involved. We feel like you're there, top quality stuff.
Sorry, what I did when I muted myself, I thought this would be a perfect time to have a quick sweep. Only issue is
Yeah.
you stop talking, so I don't really know what to do.
Oh, come on.
Can you say something else?
Why have you done that? Honestly, why have you done that? I'm hungry, Cameron. I am hungry. God knows I'm hungry, okay? I am thirsty. I work hard and I don't even get to play hard because I don't even get to eat while you're there stuffing your face. Okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't stuffing my face at all. Okay, I'm just listening to you. You said you wanted to speak. I gave you the floor.
Okay,
Give
Cameron.
way to the right honourable Bex Barton. In a constituency of I don't know. Anyway, let's get in. Is anything else you want to say? And I
No,
love the room
considering
thing. I love the room thing. It's nice to know. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say that. I can't say that joke. That's a terrible joke.
no, go on.
No, it's Michael Jackson related, so you can imagine where it would be going.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, I love that. I do love that comment. That's the whole. When we actually talked off the podcast, we did say one thing we really want is for people to feel like they're here and that they're with us.
Yeah.
You know, not in some sort of creepy, weird sort of way, or in some sort of. Well, I mean, if that sort of makes you happy, then I guess it's up to you.
If that floats your boat, then yeah, sure.
Absolutely, and that's all we're doing at the moment, aren't we? We're all just floating our boats, you know, sailing through the sea, waiting for the storm to pass. And talk about storms. Let's get into this week's episode of the podcast, where we're going to begin talking about, well, two disasters in one, really. University colliding with a pandemic. Two disasters in one. It's a disaster. We talk about it next, live. Oh, God.
Sorry, you're a total joke.
That was an embarrassing intro for me.
Things have been a bit different for the past year. I don't know if you've noticed any changes. But you know, there's been quite a lot going on to unpack. And you know, I'm not going to sit here and talk about coronavirus because it's all anyone ever talks about, but I am. Obviously, as uni students, you know, we get the bad rep quite a lot of the time, which I don't think is necessarily fair. But it's been a bit of a struggle, which I don't think people think about us in a very favourable light, basically.
I think generally as well, even before the pandemic, I think you could make that argument. I think you can make that point.
Yeah, and I think we get an unfair, you know, representation potentially. Obviously, I'm just trying to get everything in now. I'm in my last year, just trying to graduate. Jesus Christ, not that I'm even going to be able to do that, but no. Anyway,
great year to pick. Well done.
Well done, me. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. But obviously for you, as a first year, you know, you're having a completely different experience to what I had. How are you finding it, Cameron?
Well, look, you know, I'll pick up on your first point because I think it's an interesting point. I thought it was a great little speech that you did there. I thought it was fantastic, some brilliant points.
Thank you.
Sounded sarcastic, it wasn't meant to. I think that you're right. I think certainly before the pandemic, uni students got quite a bad rep. I've always seen quite unfavourably by many other people in society, basically. I don't know who else I was talking about. It's not seen favourably to the bloody foxes or anything. Probably favourably, in fact, so especially to city foxes, because uni students who litter, you know, I'm not saying we should litter, and I will say that, I don't litter, or publicly urinate, you know, or stick a cone on, I know I did stick a cone on my head, but I did do that just because, you know, you got to. Yeah,
it's a rite of passage, I think. You know?
It's like David Cameron and the pig, you know, it's just, you got to do it, haven't you? You know, what can you do? You're in that position, you have to. You've got no choice. It's sink or swim. So anyway, I digress. Back to my point. Uni students get obviously terrible rep. I think we've been harshly treated in this pandemic by the universities themselves. I mean, the university as an institution are a disgrace, have been a disgrace, and were before the pandemic. And I think, unfortunately, as we're finding with a lot of stuff in society, whether you look at social care or you look at governments around the world, this pandemic is just highlighting the issues that were already there. They're just coming to the forefront. Inequality between people, issues with all sorts of things. I mean, anything you can think of is being is the word perpetuated. You know, I don't know if that's the correct word, but it's basically being highlighted so much more. You can see it all. And I think the issues of universities, again, is being highlighted. And I think it is wrong that university students have been seen as COVID-19 itself. We are the virus.
Yeah.
You know, the uni variant. is still running rampant, has been for the last year. It's all our fault. We caused the second wave. I don't know who caused the third wave. I assume it's probably somehow us when we went back for Christmas. Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. And I did go back for Christmas, and I went back after you told me to, Boris. So what are you going to do about it, bitch? I should have said that. You know, I might have incriminated myself. I'm a terrible person. Lockdown breacher, me. I breached the rules. No, I don't. I just went home.
Why are you saying this?
I went home for Christmas because this is what I mean. I think the whole thing has just been ridiculously unfair. You know, we've just been thrown about, used in as political point scoring, thrown and used here, there, and everywhere, and never really any regard for our emotional state or anything. Do you know what I mean? It's been so I long answer question, very long answer, as you ascertain, and is that university has been largely disappointing, and not the experience that I was hoping for. I mean, I'm grateful in some respects that I managed to have a little bit of it, but it's just not the same. You know, socially, it's not the same. The work is difficult in many ways. You know, it's not necessarily it's difficult. I actually think we're probably getting more material, and in many ways it's easier with it being online in the sense that they're changing parameters for things and stuff that make it slightly easier. You know, like exams and things are a lot easier because you get 2 days rather than it being in some fucking room where, you know, you're having a panic attack and you've got to snort, you know, a couple of lines of cocaine before the exam. You know, it's not like that. Instead, you can just sort of spread out the lines of cocaine throughout sort of a 2-day period while you're doing the exam questions, which is a lot better and a lot safer, guys. So
and probably potentially cheaper as well.
Yeah, I would say cheaper. I mean, I don't. Let's say
anyway.
I was about to give a terrible reference to somebody who's an ex-cocaine addict. I'm not going to do it because it's not acceptable. You know, I'm not going to reference Kerry Katona. I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I should. I did actually meet her after Big Brother. Just off after I got the. It was either just before the phone call to you or just after.
Oh yeah, I remember that phone call clear as day because I remember thinking that you were never going to be my friend again, and then I remember getting the phone call and thinking and saying to Mum, don't worry, he's spoken to me. Anyway, this isn't about me.
Well, you've in a roundabout way made it about you. What I would say to you, obviously, you're in a more interesting position in the sense. Obviously, now in your third last year, whatever you want to call it, however you call it, you know, you're coming up to the crux here. You know, if this was Mount Everest, you're near the peak. You know, and it's a question of whether you're going to tumble down.
Well, let's hope not.
Or you're going to stand at the top triumphant, which you will.
Thank you.
And you know, my gut tells me, and my gut's right. You have to say that. I told you were getting into uni. It was right. I knew it. But yeah, how have you found obviously you've had nice uni years. Well, not nice uni years, but you've had normal uni years, and then you've had COVID uni years. So what are the biggest differences? Now, obviously, what are the biggest differences? I mean, you're not in uni. Yes, well done, Rebecca. Well done. But no, what are the differences?
Well, obviously you've got the social side, which, you know, is the most upsetting, I'd say, because my priorities are in check. But also as a young person, that's obviously natural. But I would actually
don't be horrid to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. We're in a pandemic.
Give yourself
a break.
Be
nice to yourself. That's why I say far too much.
Absolutely, have a Kit Kat.
But I actually would argue that people in my year that are experiencing this at the back end of their university time have had it easier in the social aspect because it's awful and such a first world problem, but it's annoying that like I can't go out and stuff and I can't socialize with people, but I already have my life here. Like I have friends that I've made in like the first year and a half pre-COVID. I have my life, I've done my socializing, I've had my time. Do you know what I mean? I have had my time. So in that respect, I feel like, not to play off one another because everyone's got their own problems with this whole thing anyway, but I feel like even though it's annoying, I'd rather be in my shoes than your shoes in that respect. But obviously in terms of an education, I found it harder because a lot less of the resources and stuff are online, even though they're still working to improve that. And I know it's a big shift to have to make quickly, especially when this first happened, like in the middle of my second year, them, being faced with this, what do you do? It's like
because they haven't been trained, have they, for this at all? They don't know how to. It's a completely different way of teaching. It's just the whole thing's different.
Yeah, and what can you do? You can't just put a whole library of books online. You can't do that in a matter of.
Well, I think you actually can.
Well, with limited time.
No, I know what you mean. No, it's implausible. It's impractical.
And also for me, I kind of actually thrive in like an exam situation. I do considerably better in exams than in coursework. I don't know why. I feel like I'm a very last minute person, and being forced to sit there and write something, there's just something in my brain that just makes it easier for me to do better in an exam. So
yeah.
obviously,
well, some people thrive, don't they, in that pressure environment?
Which I do, and I just feel like I'm at a huge disadvantage because obviously I don't have that. I don't have any online exams. I have one. I tell a lie. I'm just spreading fake news. But for the most part, that's obviously quite a big disadvantage. I pay a lot to be here like everybody else, and when it's not going your way, especially, it's not in my control, that's, a bit annoying, but it is what it is.
Who this interesting question, because I've spoken to a few people about this actually, and everyone seems to have different answers, interestingly. So I'm going to pose you the question essentially. What is? I forgot the question, so you have to bear with me 1 second while I remember it. Whose fault is it? So we can agree. Let's agree. Let's first agree on the premise. Let me give you the premise, guys, because otherwise you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Bex looked at me as if I just, killed a cat. She don't even have one. So that's how shocked she was. Not only was she shocked that I'd killed her cat, she was shocked she fucking had one. Anyway, so what I'm basically saying is, we all agree universally that university. Hey, get that one. That's a good one. I mean, I'm not saying everyone listening to this would agree, but if you're a uni student, you'll agree. If you're not a uni student, you won't agree. And in that case, couldn't give a shit. So I'm not interested in your opinion.
Don't care.
This is only for the people that want to be, truthful to themselves, be honest, and be nice, and say, it's unfair what's happened. So if something's unfair, is their fault there? Or is it just, who do you blame? Do you blame the university? Do you blame the government? Do you blame the teachers, the lecturers? Do you think, actually, you know what, this pandemic, it's wrong. What's happening is bad, but, it's a pandemic. What could anyone do? There's only so much we can all do. Where do you lie? Where does your, do you feel like you want to blame someone? Do you feel like you're legally Imagine.
I certainly don't blame teachers, lecturers, etc. They've been thrown into this position just as much as we have, and they're just doing the best that they can. So in my opinion, it's certainly not, from my experience, a fault of theirs or anything. In terms of universities, I mean, I think everywhere's different and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, it's very complex. Like, I do a joint honours degree, so I'm part of 2 different schools, if you want, subjects, whatever, departments.
See, I don't get, I only understood that whole, like, the whole B.
Yeah, BA.
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
Well, do you do a BA or do you do a BSc?
I thought you'd be able to tell me, so I was hoping you'd be able to explain to me.
Oh, no, because you do so...
God, you need to do... No, I can't. You go back to English.
You do psychology, don't you?
Yes, I think.
So I would assume that was a BSc.
BSc.
Basically, it's either it's like a sciencey degree or an arts degree. So obviously I'm BA.
BA. Oh dear. It's alright, okay, I get it. Sorry, it's the name makes you laugh. BA. Behave. Like, this is funny. It's not really that
Jesus Christ. But yeah, because I am part of 2 different departments, they handle things differently. So even that's been interesting to see how they handle things differently. And one has been strikingly worse than the other.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you can't blame the university itself, but then why are there not universal rules for the university to follow? I don't know.
It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, because it's like, when we talk about the university, who are we talking about? I suppose think with these things, it's like, you talk about blaming people. And like, we all do it, and this is not a criticism, because I almost agree with your answer. I mean, I'm pretty much the same. I don't blame the lecturers. not their fault. They're doing the best they can. Most of them. Excuse me, I think I nearly came out myself then. They're doing as best they can. They're a lot of them going above and beyond.
Yeah.
Lots of teachers, lecturers, all across the board, not even just in university. So I'm not going to lay any criticism on their end. Universities, I think, do deserve criticism. I think they did overpromise. They didn't. They weren't deceitful, but they certainly weren't honest. They were in a grey area there. Was it deceit? I don't know. Were they tactically wishful thinking? Don't really think a university institution should be wishful thinking. And Sky News have just got breaking news. Matt Hancock expects to give more details about COVID.
Oh God! Oh God! Here we go. The man himself,
Mr. Matt.
Oh my God!
What?
We were talking about dreams last week.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that job fucking came in your dream.
No, but one of our good friends, Jazz, she told me that when she listened to it, she was talking to me about her dreams. Sorry, I'm making a right racket.
You are making a right racket. I'm saying, Bex, we're doing a podcast here.
I'm just charging my laptop, because without this, none of this would be taking place. Yeah. Okay? So who do you think you are? Is what I'm going to say.
I think I talk for everyone else, not insult them if you want.
When our friend Jazz was listening to the podcast, she said it created this discourse, which is always nice, and like to interact with my fans. And she did say that she had a dream that Matt Hancock tried to kill her, and I said, God. Well, wouldn't put it past him.
I mean, some would argue that's what he is doing, and it's not a dream and it's reality. But very interesting. I hope Jazz is okay. If she's listening, I hope that you're all right. If you want to talk about her or anything, Jazz, I'm only a message away. So guys, don't say I don't look after my friends. I'm a very good person, you see. I practice what I preach. As for university,
sorry.
What was I saying? I don't know. It's probably nonsense that's boring. So I'll probably finish. I don't know if it's even that relevant. I don't know. I can't even remember what I was talking about. This is what's happening to me. It's what no, it was blame. It's the blame game. So I mean, I blame the unis, for I don't know. It's difficult, really. I think you've got to be a little bit fair. I'm trying to think a bit fair. Obviously, the government deserve a bit of blame because it's not like universities did cause the pandemic. Whoever decided to get infected first, patient zero, who I'm still waiting to find out who the fuck that is. They've got a lot of blame. That I will say. But,
a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, a lot of explaining to do. But when we talk about university, or you're like, Amazon, I'm sick of Amazon. And like you ring up a company or whatever, and you want to be annoyed with them because it's done something wrong, but you don't want to be annoyed at the poor person behind the phone. But then it's like, even if in very rare occasions you get put up to the next level, which is the manager, and it's like, I don't really want to. It's not really their fault. They don't own the company. So it's like, who are we allowed to have a go at? Who are we allowed to blame? And when we say it's a university to blame, who is that? I don't want to blame a fucking institution. I don't blame a damn person. I'm bitter. I'm angry. I'm vengeful. I want blood. I want that senior management team of the university. I want blood. I want their blood.
Yeah, well, there you go. Get it then. Go and get it.
Go and get it. I would if they fucking let me in. They're fucking close, aren't they? None of them are there. All working from home. You got to get on the Teams meet, and they've got to try and work out where they might be based off the colour of their bloody wallpaper. It's impossible.
Yeah. It's a lot of effort. I have to say.
Very, very difficult. And not fair, I will say that. One of the big unfair things about this pandemic is it's a lot harder to kill people.
Each their own.
Not that I've been doing it or anything, but I've thought about it a few times, and that's just with myself. So in conclusion, then, if you had to say, let's say, 50 years from now, they're doing in, I don't know, some bullshit subject. They're doing, they're getting videos on from people who experience uni in a pandemic.
Right.
And this is as long as you want. I was going to say 10 seconds. That doesn't really seem long enough. But as long as you want, basically, tell them what it's like. Short, concise, to the point. Don't waffle. You don't want waffle. That's my job. I'm joking. But basically,
that's your gig.
if this, we're about what we're going to do after this is we're going to take this recording, we're going to bury it in the ground, and we're going to leave it, and someone's going to unbury it in 100 years.
Christ!
Why do people fucking do that?
Oh, I love no. Don't start. I love it. It's history, and we need to preserve it.
It's a fucking box.
Oh,
good shit.
Grow up. I think we did that in primary school, didn't we?
We did.
Did we?
Yes, and I don't know where what I bloody buried. I want it fucking back.
Where is that? In primary school?
Yeah, somewhere in the grounds. I want to know where. I want to dig it up. I want my bloody thing back.
Well,
I'll tell you. I don't know why I gave it away. Why did I give that away? Why did I give something away I liked? I didn't know it was a lifetime thing. I thought we were going to unbury it. Because look at it. We didn't. We just buried it. We left it there. Now it's in the ground.
History
in the ground. Lots of history in the ground. That I will say. It's interesting. Where do you think there's more history about? It's just a question for you. Do you think there's more history in the ground or in the sea?
Oh my God.
That's such a dumb question. You're sitting there. You're actually sitting there. As a university student in the third year, right? I've just asked her, where's there more history? In the sea or in the ground? And you're seriously going to sit there and think about that question?
Okay, well, I'm going to answer your first question about, my parting gift, what I think about university in a pandemic. It's made me thick as shit. Yeah. There you go. And that's how I'd answer it.
Brilliant. They are going to love that in 50 years' time.
Thick, generation of thick people, bored, want to get to my next destination. Not there.
Oh no, my doctor's calling me.
Oh no, answer it then.
God. I forgot I had a doctor's appointment.
Oh,
it's the one all about my chest that I hadn't had for weeks.
Surely they'll try again. They're not just going to ring once. The amount of people that
it'll only take 10 minutes. So if it does happen, voicemail. Hang on, voicemail.
Okay.
First, new message.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, this is Dr. calling from Greenwich.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Was that it?
What am I meant to do with that?
Ring back.
If I'll be on hold for 10 hours.
Mm.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can't 30 minutes late as well.
No surprise. Would it be ironic if I became a therapist?
It's very fucking ironic. You certainly wouldn't help the mental health crisis. It would make it 10 times bloody worse. Well, I can't do anything, can I? Because if I ring the doctors, I'm not going to be able to get through.
I'd just ring the doctors and be like, look, I have a missed call. Like, is he going to ring me back or what?
I tried to answer the call. It didn't answer. I genuinely didn't. He literally hung up on me. That's him. That's Dr. George.
If you think you have had symptoms of the coronavirus, please check the 111.nhs.uk or www.gov.uk for the latest COVID-19 advice before making or attending your appointment.
Come on.
Please wait patiently while we answer your call.
No.
Your call is number 1 in queue.
Oh.
This music is terrific.
That's nice.
I would usually ring up here, right, to book an appointment and talk about how suicidal I am, right? Listen to that.
Please be aware, we do not take repeat prescriptions.
I know, you've already told me.
Thank you for waiting patiently.
If this was a drama and you saw someone slowly walking into a river, right, just walking in, just drowning themselves,
yeah,
you wouldn't be surprised.
Rocks in their pockets.
This is not good music for doctors. I'm ill. I'm ringing you because I'm ill. I don't want to make feel worse. For goodness sake.
Sorry, I've had 641 scrubbles of my number 1 played album.
1 in queue.
Very good.
That's a lot, but it's something I put on when I go to sleep. It's called Sleep.
So it's fake news.
And then the next one is Fine Line by Harry Styles.
God.
Get a personality, Bex, do you know what I mean? Like, it's wearing thin.
You need to get a grip of yourself.
Then we got a classical for number 3. Classical takes a spot.
Oh, you don't like classical music, do you?
No, right. I don't like shit like this, but I like film scores. They're good.
That, you know what? Anybody who don't like classical music, we need you there. to sell it to them, because you could see, all we need to do is say that. And
Like,
they
it's
will
good.
It's good.
It's good. And if you don't think so, you're wrong.
Oh, drop the attitude. Oh, this fucking music's amazing. What number one in the queue? Who's ringing?
And then number 4 is 1975.
Oh, God.
Number 5 is Ariana Grande.
Oh, God.
Number 6 is Years and Years. God, this is like a little gay wet dream, isn't it?
It is. It's like me.
Pathetic.
Me as
Number
music.
7 is Michael Jackson. Number 8 is Paramore. Number 9 is
Oh,
One
okay.
Direction. Number 10 is more classical. Number 11
Might
is a
be Jason.
musical.
High School Musical.
No, a musical.
What
Number
musical?
12, Summer Walker.
What's a musical? You can't say musical, not tell me the musical.
Rent.
Oh, I don't know why you told me. I never heard of it.
13 is classical. 14 is Rihanna. 15.
You love that. There must be a lot of albums called classical.
Well, no, because if I say to you what it is, then you won't know.
Go on, say. We'll see.
Don't get all
Go on, try one.
nasty at me.
Go on, try one.
I'm going through my list, and when I get to it, I'll say it. Okay, I'll carry on. Number 15, Ariana Grande. I can smell burning toast, so I hope someone's making toast. Otherwise, I'm having a stroke.
Hello. I just got a call from, and it didn't answer basically, and then he didn't. Cameron Cole, he left a voicemail, but he didn't sort of give any sort of instructions as to how I would sort of be able to contact him back, if that makes sense. 26th of the 10th, 1999. Yeah, that's me. Don't steal my data. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bye. Lovely. She sounded lovely.
Right, well, that was a waste of time.
Sorry.
God, I really can. I can smell toast.
What?
I really can smell toast.
Don't.
No, someone definitely is having a toasty right now. That is what that is.
I burnt toast the other day.
Really?
Mm.
That's a nightmare.
Bird.
I like burnt toast.
Oh, you wouldn't like this. I looked over and it was just like smoke billowing.
Billowing. At the Great Fire in London.
It was. I was in Pudding Lane. I was starting again. Well, she said he'll ring back, but I say we just continue to chat shit and just see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fun. Well, I'll probably include it in here, to be honest with you, because we've recorded our way through, so we can have a bit of the, bit of the cool one, bit of the dance, it's just a bit of a break from everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
So interesting. No, I don't know how
nonsense.
what on earth are we going to talk about next?
What did we even? There was something, I swear, and then.
You were going through your music. Keep going for that because I'm genuinely interested.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think I got to around number 14, which was Rihanna, Auntie, and I can't wait for her next debut. I think it's going to be stunning.
When she's already meant to have released an album already. I mean, I know she has already released an album, girls.
People are waiting. They are waiting with
How
bated breath.
How long have people been waiting?
6 years.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's been a long time. Adele's coming out, isn't she? Not as in coming out gay or anything. She might. I mean, she might do. She might have had enough of men. I don't blame her if she has.
Yeah.
But that's meant to be big in it. That album. You like Adele?
Yeah, she's all right.
You
Number
used to
15.
like Adele.
Yeah, well, she hasn't made it onto the list yet, has she? She can't be that good.
Fucking hell.
Right. Number 15 is Ariana Grande, Dangerous Woman.
Oh, what a song.
What an album.
Make me feel like a dangerous woman.
Then we got Years and
That's
Years at number
brilliant.
16. Again. Number 17, the 1975. Number 18, the 1975.
So original.
Number 19, Trevor Nelson Club Classics. That's my mum. I mean, it is me, but it's my mum's influence.
God love your mum's influence.
Yeah. Then we've got Ed Sheeran coming in at number 20. Plus, great album. One of my favourite albums of all time, and that I will say.
That one.
The first one, the orange one.
So 18, Drunk, that lot.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, that's good. I like that one. I like Divide. I do like Divide. I like some songs on Divide. I know it's an overrated album because it got played so much, but it was an album that we listened to as a family around the time when my gran died. So it's
that's nice.
It's got a little personal thing. Although I can't stand Ed Sheeran, I think he's a little shit. He's a nice guy.
Right, then we got number 21, Ariana Grande again with Thank You Next. Thank You Next.
Fucking hell.
Then we've got number 22, Harry Styles by Harry Styles. Then
interesting.
23, Hamilton. Number 24.
That's that controversial, what do we call it, isn't it?
It's not controversial, it's a musical.
What happened with that then? Something happened with that, didn't it?
No, it's just really good.
I thought that was the one that they got mixed up with the... Oh, no, something else, isn't it?
Right.
No, the one they got mixed up.
Oh, no, you're talking about Moonlight and La La Land, I think, aren't you?
What happened with Homelet? What happened with Hamilton? Oh, did they ban Trump or Pence or something from seeing their show?
Probably.
I think they banned Mike Pence. That was funny.
Well, you would, as they should.
As they should. As they should and as they will.
Number 24, Michael Jackson. Number 25, One Direction. Number 26, Stevie Wonder. Number 27, we've got another classical coming in. Number 28, we've got Spice Girls.
What's it called? You're going to tell me it's cool because I know it.
Yeah, it's The Theory of Everything. It's the soundtrack from The Theory of Everything. You know that film?
What, the one with Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, I mean, he's not in it personally, but about Stephen Hawking, yeah.
About Stephen's life. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like a knit nurse.
Knit nurse. My friends were dyeing my hair yesterday, and all I kept thinking was, how embarrassing would it be if I'd knit?
I think that every time I go to the hairdresser. I'm like, God, imagine there's a little creepy, crawly little knit. And in a knit nurse comes out the hairdresser. Because they have seen more knits than...
Oh, that's vile.
Australia's seen scorpions.
God, knits are rank.
You get scorpions in Australia?
I don't know.
If I said scorpion, where would you think? Area or... See, I would think Africa is synonymous with scorpions.
I'm not sure. I would say
South America.
Oh, I'd say Africa.
What is South America?
Like Brazil.
That's Brazil and Mexico and stuff, isn't it? Yeah, I am right. I was just checking. I was fine.
Oh my God.
You can get it wrong way round sometimes. I mean, it's a round circle. If you flip it round wrongly, you get yourself in all sorts of confusion.
How do you know it's a circle? And that's the question.
Oh, here we go. Bex is a flat earther, everyone. That's one thing.
No, I'm not. Everyone calls me a flat earther, and I don't know where they got this information from, but I'm not.
Probably from it might be something to do with what you say. She is basically, as long as I've known Bex, she's been preaching that the Earth is flat, and it's one of those things that you don't sort of share with people. It's like they don't introduce. You don't introduce. She's a type of friend you don't really introduce to your new friends because you're too embarrassed. So you have a little. You make sure you keep her entertained. You keep her engaged so that she doesn't want to wander off and embarrass herself to anyone else. It's been difficult though with her 100 miles away in other universities, but
we make it work.
Make it work. You live in your flat actually, and your flatmates say you run the Flat Earth Society, don't you? That's what I heard on the grapevine. So
yeah. No, do you know what? I try and hide it, but I just think, prove it to me. That's what I want. I'm waiting for someone to prove it to me. If they can prove it to me that it's not flat, or it's not a hexagon, or a dodecahedron, or whatever they're called.
Dodecahedron, what a fucking classic! What a Hall of Fame of a shape, Hall of Famer.
Then come back to me.
I'll come back to you. They have.
Okay. Well, I want to personally see it for Big Fat Start.
Do you realise this is the thing I don't get about the flat Earth conspiracy theory, and it's the crux of most conspiracy theories in which I will lose. God, it's like fucking light at the end of the tunnel shining at me, isn't it? The thing, what was I saying?
You were just talking about this is the crux of all conspiracy theories.
The crux of all conspiracy theories, right, and where I lose it with them is when you think about it on a practical term, e.g., how many people have got to be in on this conspiracy? We're talking everybody works for NASA, and then we're talking about. And I saw a video because someone's going to go, Cameron, you're just quoting a video. You're saying, yes, I'm quoting a video I've seen. Okay. But so would you in my situation. What am I meant to do? Pretend I haven't seen the video and act like I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Stop it, basically, people, please. Stop doing this. Stop having a go at people for quoting things. everything is a quote. This is what I've been trying to say at uni. Everything's a quote. Why have I got to quote everything? Because whoever I'm quoting it from, they've quoted it from somewhere. Because guess what? Somebody created words, and spoiler alert, it was none of us little cunts. So everything's a quote. I'm sick of it.
Right,
so
as
anyway,
you were.
as I were. Basically. Oh God.
Oh, you're so angry. I'd just like to confirm, by the way, that I'm not a flat earther, so I'm not going to be able to, necessarily give a counter argument for this. But
did just say when someone can prove to me it's round, then come back to it. Until then, I'm not interested. But how is that you not? How is the last minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, not you being a flat earther? It's like putting bread into a toaster, toasting it for 5 minutes, popping it up, and going, "It's not toast, it's bread."
Well, a flat earther is just discrimination, because I'm not saying the Earth's flat. I'm saying it could be like a octagon. I don't know.
Right, so you're just stupid, really. No, but when you think about it, like when you think about conspiracy theories, like that's the issue. How many fucking think about? Someone said imagine all the space agencies in the world. They all have to be in on this as well, right? So you're talking Russia and USA in the middle of the Cold War, right? Possessed with the power that the Earth is flat as a pancake. Well, not actually as flat as my pancakes. I have thick pancakes. So I like it thick. I always like it thicker. Thick is better for pancakes. And so I forgot what I'm fucking saying again.
You're saying that a lot of people have to be in on it.
Yeah, a lot of people have to be in on it because in the heart of the Cold War, right? If you're Russia or so let's say I'm the USSR and you are USA.
God bless America. Yeah.
Long live Stalin. Is that right? Can I say that, actually?
I mean, I was going to say watch your mouth, but yeah, that is right.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to do an impression of Lewis.
throwback.
What was that? Oh, God, I keep forgetting my point. Help me out, Bex.
You're basically saying if you were Russia and I was America, we're not going to concede and agree on something at the height of
one of us
bad relations.
One of us is going to go, fuck this, I'm going to expose it.
Yeah. I mean, what conspiracy theories do you believe? I don't want to get too bogged down in the silly ones and the intricacies of them, but just on face value, without explaining why, which ones do you believe or think have an element of potential truth?
We've got a task here. I think we should say we can't sit on the fence.
Yeah, okay.
Because me and fence sitters don't like it.
Okay, so I've just been Googling and I've come across shortlist.com, 20 of the internet's craziest conspiracy theories. Now, I'm not going to go through all 20 because, frankly, I don't actually know what some of this stuff is because the less we say about that, the better. But to kick things off, I think we're going to have to discuss whether we agree or disagree, and then that'll be it. So the first one that's come up, which actually is one of my favourites from the list, is the Beatles never existed. I mean, I've never seen Paul McCartney in the flesh, but I'm pretty sure he's somewhere out there. So I'm going to say that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Who on earth has suggested that?
Apparently, there was lots of different actors and stuff like that.
Oh, get a goddamn grip of yourself.
I actually, now thinking about it, now that I've spoken about it, there was some kind of talk of, I think it was like a similar thing, the whole Avril Lavigne thing, like Avril Lavigne is actually dead and like it's an actress called like Melissa or something.
Yeah, I believe in that one.
Well, I think there's like a similar thing with Paul McCartney, basically.
Right.
But that's total nonsense.
But only with Paul McCartney. I can't say his name. Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. No, I just remember reading that.
But yeah, this says that part.
Yeah.
No, that's bollocks. That one. Fuck that one off.
Right. The Earth is flat. Oh well,
No, that's What idiot would believe that? What you got your?
Freddie Flintoff apparently is a flat earther.
Who?
Freddie Flintoff.
No, what cricketer?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he should have stick to bowling, shooting, batting. What is he doing? What a fool. He's funny though. So.
This is a bit of a silly one.
Oh.
I was going to say that implies that the others are sensible. This one is that Hitler is still alive. Some theorists say that he died in 1984 in Brazil, aged 94, or in Argentina.
Don't this come back to the fact they didn't find his bones or something?
Well, yeah, but he got burnt.
Yeah, which I don't know whether people realise that when you get burnt, there's nothing there necessarily after. So,
yeah.
I mean, they're just a bit dumb, really, aren't they? The weird thing about conspiracies is, it's like, why did someone create that? It's not that anyone wants Hitler to be alive or to have lived longer than he did. We were all content with the thought that he burned. Why are you trying to change it?
Yeah. No, I know. This one is actually quite topical with what we were talking about a few days ago, that the moon doesn't exist.
Ooh.
And the thing is, I'm not really qualified to comment because I'm going to be totally, completely and frankly honest. My BA only gets me so far in life, and I don't understand. I got an E at GCSE physics. I don't understand the concept of like the sun and the moon and the planets spinning round. It's just not for me. It's not something I've ever understood. I think.
Do you not learn something from Jazz the other day when she gave us a lesson?
No, because the thing is, God loved Jazz, but she was just going on, and I just didn't know what she was talking about.
That's so disrespectful. She's a fantastic teacher. Damn sight better than you are. You spout a load of bullshit about how you're a blooming flat earther, and the way you justify being a flat earther is that you're not a flat earther. I mean, it's fucking delusion. You don't know your Mondays from your Wednesdays.
You try being
got her head screwed on.
You try being 5 Bacardis down. Try and listen to Jazz pitter patter on about the moon.
What do you mean? I was fucking there.
This is on Zoom, of course. We weren't all illegally meeting up.
Yes, no, it's important to know. Only one lockdown rule breaker here, and that's me. I am joking. I've got to stop this conspiracy. I'm going to be in the papers. There's more talking about me.
I think there's potential for the moon to not exist. I think I could go with that. There's something about the planets that I just don't trust.
Something's not right. I agree with you there. Whether it's the clouds, I don't necessarily think it's the moon. There's something funny about the moon. Something they're not telling us. I do think it exists.
Remember Baboon on the Moon?
Baboon on the Moon.
Right, okay. So Baboon on the Moon was something that we were forced to watch, I swear, in like year 2. Wasn't it?
It's like Scientology level of, like, forced.
Yeah, it was like a short story. And it was like 10 minutes long, and all I remember, I think, with the exercise, I don't know why this was so vivid in my mind. It's because I know why. It's because it's terrified me still to this day. When I think about it, I quake in my boots. And it was about this little baboon. He lived on the moon, quite simply. And I remember the task was we had to like write a little storyboard about what we'd watched. But it stuck with me.
Hazard a guess what happened, guys.
And I just think it's creepy.
It's a very creepy thing. It is like Dianetics. Like I really believe it is like Scientology. They created it.
Yeah. Right. That's ridiculous. Not even entertaining that one.
Just say it. I can edit it out if it's unacceptable.
Jay-Z is a time traveling vampire.
Bex, how the hell was that? How are you not saying that? Oh, that's so realistic. Everyone knows that.
Apparently, there was a photo of him taken in New York in 1939. I don't know where the vampire comes in.
Yeah, why is he?
I know why. Because vampires, I remember from watching Twilight, they stay the same age. So Edward Cullen, he was always noncing about in schools, even though he was about 100.
Really, was he?
Well, yeah, but he obviously didn't look that. He looked like a school age person.
Oh Christ! Does that happen? That's terrible.
Yeah, poor bloke.
What do you mean, poor bloke?
What?
You said he's noncing on school children.
No. I just said how awful to be alive all the time.
But I swear you said something about children.
No, I just said it's a bit weird, really, if you think about it, because I think I'm getting this right. On appearance level, he looks like a school person.
Is he a real person?
No, he's fictional.
Oh, well, you could have fucking said that.
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know, but he's about 100, but he's going around noncing all the kids.
So he's a nice guy, couldn't have Bex. This is like she is. You are full of them today. This is what I say. True colours, guy. What did I say at the start of the episode? You'll see her true colours shining through. This is what I meant. Case in point. Period.
Oh, this is an interesting one. The Earth is hollow.
What does that mean? What does hollow mean? Is this...
That
No,
it's
that-
got nothing in it. It says, it's quite habitable down there. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. Providing excellent living quarters for the lost Viking colonies of Greenland and the Nazis, while aliens are in fact just visitors from the subterranean yonder. Well, what does that mean? That was like Latin.
That's bollocks. These,
Oh,
you found
sorry,
one you like.
I believe in the next one. I believe in this.
I knew that. It's like she's seen a friend that she hadn't seen for years in Tesco.
Yeah.
She's going all
Right.
red.
Dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. 100%.
What, give me a bit of context of that one, 'cause I've heard it, but I don't really understand how people have come to that conclusion. It's something about how the pyramids shouldn't have been able to be designed with.
I mean, yeah, off the bat, because it doesn't really give me much information, but obviously pyramids very big, made of lots of heavy materials.
You believe the conspiracy theory?
No.
You read the sentence and thought, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's honestly what I did. And then I read the bit where it says, imagine a T-Rex holding a spade. You can't, its hands are too little. But my point is that pyramids are big and they're built with heavy stuff. And props to the Egyptians, because they seem like they were built different, because I don't know how they were getting all this stuff up there. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's important to know, not actual Egyptian people now.
Obviously. I just think, how are they getting out there? And I don't believe in the alien tribe, so I think dinosaurs. Yeah.
They're so much more plausible.
So there you go.
That are fucking humongous that I've never seen carry anything.
Well, yeah, because you've never seen a dinosaur.
Exactly. And now I'm meant to just believe something I've never bloody seen exist before, which may never fucking have existed. That's a conspiracy in itself.
Oh, please.
Somehow done the pyramids.
Right.
I tell you, done the pyramids. Somebody who's good at making bloody pyramids out of sand. I've seen pyramids like that down Great Yarmouth before. Partly not as big, but I think if you had enough people together, you spent enough time on it. You know, it's not as if they had fuck all to do. They didn't have phones or anything, did they? They've got nothing to do. So obviously, it's easy. I've done it. I could do it. I've always said if they ever get knocked down, I'll go and do them all up again.
Right. Well, I'll hold you to that anyway. I've seen my favourite one actually so far. I know I've said that quite a few times. This is my favourite. Louis Tomlinson's baby is fake.
Oh God, that's horrid. These people, how is that? How have people come up with that one?
I don't know. Oh, we've got two about the same person. These are my last two, okay?
Okay.
Michael Jackson was killed by the Iranian government.
Who?
The Iranian government.
Why?
Oh my God. It says, this is, and I quote, it's all about quotes. Quote, the day that the King of Pop died, Twitter briefly broke from the influx of RIP tweets, which knocked #Iran election off the trending top spot. According to some, this prevented Iranian protesters from using the service to organise protests against the president. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how to say it. President's manipulation of the recent election, effectively killing the movement's momentum. Clearly, he was responsible. That would make him, just like Michael Jackson, both. That's funny. They've made a pun. Both bad and dangerous.
You see, when I listen to that, I think to myself, I worry for the movement, because if they're not capable of putting hashtag and then just typing the movement in, why can't they just do that? What do they mean? The conspiracy doesn't make sense. Are they seriously trying to tell me that people couldn't find a hashtag? You can still find a hashtag if it's not trending. God damn it, it's ridiculous whoever created that conspiracy.
Well, Cameron, if you don't believe it, this one might be for you, okay? And this is the last one. It says, Michael Jackson is still alive. If you refuse to believe that it was the Iranians that killed him, which does fit your category, perhaps you'll be convinced that MJ is actually still alive. Proof, his own daughter Paris Jackson took a photo of him.
But he just fucking didn't. She didn't take a picture. Everyone knows she didn't take a picture because, no offence to her, Daddy's dead.
Well, there you go. I'm just reading.
Daddy's dead. That's horrid.
Yeah, that is horrible. But yeah, there you go.
Well, that was brilliant. Thank you for that little Bex segment there. That was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed that. They were crazy as well. You know, you said at the start, crazy conspiracy theories. I thought crazy. I thought she'd get a bit ahead of herself here, isn't she? She don't quite know what she can do. Although they always say conspiracies are crazy. Do you know what I mean? They always do. But you found some crazy conspiracies. You know, if I have to come away from that whole segment you've just done there, and if I had to describe it in one word, I would describe it as crazy.
Look, I'm just repeating what someone else has written. Okay, don't shoot the messenger.
That's crazy. Brilliant. It was fantastic. I didn't mean to say the last crazy. So much of my vocab. Sorry, everyone. But no, brilliant segment. Thank you for that, Bex.
Yeah, you're welcome. What?
Doctor didn't call back, did he?
No, he doesn't care about you. Unlucky.
Oh, NG Benji. Can you remember that? NG Benji.
Yeah, I can.
Stan. That's not it. How's it go? NG Benji Solid. No. NG Benji Dollop and Dan. Was it Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Cameron.
I said okay.
Yes. Think, listen, open your ears. Yes.
I think what we should. So we try.
Yes. Sorry. I'm so annoying.
Record and play the voice note at the start, and that's how
You're gonna have to say that again because I was reading an email.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah, because I've been
goddamn disrespect. No. Enough. Enough.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you. I don't find you funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to tell you.
Just go on then. Just say what you're going to say.
Stop raising your voice at me.
Say what you're going to say then.
So, calm down.
Oh, don't tell me it's calm.
Right, everyone. That's it for this episode of the podcast. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. I'm joking, everyone. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Everlasting Voice Note. There will be quite a dramatic change on the third episode of this series, one that I haven't actually told Bex yet, but we will have a guest that is replacing Bex as a host of the show.
Who? Good luck finding someone better than me that's going to put up with your nonsense.
The narcissism that you've displayed, in this episode. I'll go back to the thing I said at the start. Bex the Boomer. And that's the point I want you guys to take away from this podcast. Think to yourself, think about all the nonsense that she said in this podcast today and ask yourself, could you be friends with that? Probably not. I'm doing a good job. Thanks. This is a hard job. I don't get no thanks for it either. Nothing from you. Just shouted at. Shouted and screamed at like some sort of turd. I can think of a word for the life of me. I'm frazzled.
You look like Kim. I almost said Kim Kardashian. I meant to say Kim Woodburn.
I'll take it. I love Kim Woodburn.
Yeah.
I don't look like my hair looks terrible, doesn't it? You should feel it. I mean, I don't feel it, but you can't feel it anyway. But it feels very weird. It feels uncomfortable. I think I'm doing an outro.
Right, go on then. Hurry up.
See, this is what I mean. This is what she does, right? I have to edit it out, but she's always going, "Oh, come on, Cameron, I don't want to do this podcast. Come on, hurry up."
Are you joking?
You're not even really interested to talk to them anyway. Fucking idiots. She was disrespecting comments as well, guys. So I wouldn't even leave a comment this week. She watched basically everybody who's left a comment or any sort of feedback. She started when we were on this call, and she just started and she just said horrible things about everybody. Really horrible things about the comments. She was like, "Why have they said that?"
Yeah.
Oh, they think we're funny. Like, I don't care about their opinion. She is what she is at the end of the day. And you can't change her. That I will say.
Yeah, well, I've had a good teacher, so.
Who's that?
You.
That's shocking behaviour, really. You know what? I don't want to end this. She can end it. You know what? It's your last bloody podcast. You're not back next week to end it. Here we are. Your 5 fucking seconds of fame. Enjoy them. Drink them in, because trust me when I tell you this, you have lost it. You've lost. You've not just lost. You've not just lost the hostship on this podcast, but you lost me as a friend.
Okay. Well, thanks for the gig anyway. That's it.